You know what it never was? That serious. He has a whole baby on the way. I do not want that man. And I said, baby? I need something stronger than this to start this video. This video is literally insane. What's up, family, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, click that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, welcome back. So y'all, this is my first time back in front of my camera in I don't even know how long. Months, weeks. It's been a long ass time. Y'all, I got the hookah on the side. Y'all, this is my first time doing a sit down video with my new camera. I have a Sony now. If you guys already been here, y'all know that I used to have a Canon, but now I had a Sony because my Canon broke. Now I'm trying to get used to this Sony camera because usually my Canon, the like viewfinder thing was at the top, now it's like on the side. So I'm like trying not to look on the side. I'm trying to look directly at the lens. But if you guys catch me looking at the side, that's just because I'm not used to this whole thing yet. Also, my ring light ended up dying or breaking, shortage. I don't know, something is wrong with my ring light. It's just not cutting on. So I'm using this other light that I have. The setup is so ghetto, y'all. So y'all see like I see there's this black thing right here. I don't know if y'all can see that, this shadow. That's like my camera based off the light. Y'all, it's a mess. My setup is ghetto, my setup is a mess, but this is just what we have for the time being. I got the hookah on the side. I'm gonna be smoking hookah and telling y'all this crazy behind story time. Y'all, so where to even begin? I haven't filmed a video in so long, I don't even know how to like start the freaking intro. If you guys are new here and you don't know who I am, my name is JonnAe, but you can call me Jay. I have been doing YouTube for a couple years now, and I just took a little breaky break, but I am back and better. I got all new equipment. I'm back in like my groove, my motivation groove. My story time seemed to do so well. Like everyone loves my freaking story times. Yo, so I'm not gonna talk too much because I feel like I'm just yapping my gums way too much. Y'all didn't click on this video for that. Y'all clicked on it to hear this crazy ass story time, so I'm gonna give y'all that. Before we get started with the video, please give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to what do I even say? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as follow me on all my social medias. Links are always in the description box below. So let's just get right into the video. I need something stronger than this to start this video. So y'all, let me just... Alright, so where to even freaking begin? Like, this video is literally insane. Okay, so let me just, I guess, start from the freaking beginning. So basically, I'm not gonna use real names in this video, obviously. So let's just say that the guy name is Jay. Let's just pretend that his name is Jay. Me and Jay known each other for years, literally since like middle school, 4th, 5th grade, like a long time. Always been like bro and sis, always been friends, and like we've never really gave like that flirting vibe, or we never get that vibe at all. So one day I had posted on my close friends, it was like questions. The question basically was, well, it wasn't even a question, it was like a little post that I posted, and it was like, tell me something you always wanted to tell me but you was too scared to tell me. And he responded and said, what did he say? He said something flirty like, oh, you look good and I was too scared to say it, or I always wanted you but we've always been bro and sis, so I never tried to make it like a pass at you. It was something along those lines, basically confessing that he had some feelings for me. So I'm single. I've hung out with him a few times, like not even from middle school, but like as us being adults, and I'm like, okay, he's cool, I'm single, he's single, so I thought let's just, you know, start talking or whatever. So I responded back like, don't be shy, like say what you want to say, tell me how you feel about me, you know, stuff like that. Trying to get him to, because he was kind of beating around the bush. I wanted him to really get into the tea, get into what he really feels. So anyway, so like a few days went by, we ended up texting. So we're texting every day. Conversations are like A1, perfect, like non-stop. Just, we were able to talk all day, every day without saying what you doing. Like, you know, like you got them good conversations. You know how hard it is to find somebody to like text or talk to, and y'all can just genuinely just have a back and forth conversation of like dialogue. There's no what you doing, how about you, like the same questions over and over again. Like, no, it was like real genuine conversation. Like, it was like we really did know each other for a long time, but it really felt like we knew each other forever. We're talking, texting every day, on the phone, falling asleep on the phone. We ended up chilling, and we had like a park car conversation, listening to music, you know, vibing out, talking some more. And then we went out on like a lot of dates. Like every other day we were doing something. The movies, park, out to eat, doing this, going for drinks, going for some hookah and breakfast. Like literally every day it was something new. Like we always went out, and this was before we've even like been alone as far as like in a house type setting. Like every time we chilled, it was like park car conversations and dates. Like I never went to his house, he never came to mine, we didn't get no hotels, nothing. It was just straight like best friend vibes, like literally best friend vibes. Like we never even talked about sex or nothing like along those lines. It just was straight, pure, genuine. No, I should add that we are the same sign. We are the exact same sign. So I've never dated nobody that's my sign before. I know I'm a Libra, and I know how Libras are and what we do and how we act and stuff like that. So dating someone that's just like me, it's kind of like, huh? Like, why would I do that? But then at the same time, I had like another, it was like two shoulders. I had one side that's like, he knows and likes some of the same stuff that you like. Y'all have a lot in common. This could work out because y'all know each other, so y'all should know how to communicate and be more open with each other. And the other side, I'm like, we're gonna clash. Like, we're too much the same. There's no way that can work and we're the same, because usually opposites attract, not the same type of person. That was like my fear at first, honestly, just us just being so much the same, having so much in common, like liking the same things and laughing at the same stuff, favorite foods, like everything was kind of like the same. So it was just like, you're a little too good to be true a little bit. Like, hold up, you act too much like me. Like, I'm thorough and I'm a nice person. You're giving everything it's supposed to give. You're giving thorough and nice person too. So I'm like, where was this energy at when we were growing up? Like, why are you just now trying to talk to me? Like, we could have been together for all this time since high school, whatever. So y'all, fast forward, went on dates, yada yada yada. Months went by, and we furthered our relationship, progressed. I don't need to break that down to y'all, especially because there might be some young people watching. If you know, you know. Relationship progressed, things was getting good, everything was fine. It was still perfect lovey-dovey stages of a relationship. So this is when the event started to turn. Fairy tale land was now over. Like, all that lovey-dovey cute stuff, it went out the window. The first incident was we went on a like quick trip to New York. It was like all of my girls and then all of his boys. So yeah, like we were just going to New York to just vibe. Y'all, if y'all want to know what this is my birth control badge. But yeah, so we're just going to New York. My girls, his boys, just having a time, a vibe. Just wanted to go eat. Wanted to go to like the club, bar, get food, drinks, hookah, you know, just a nice ass vibe. We just wanted to go outside of Philly. Like, so we go to New York. Everything is fine. We're drunk as like, we're lit as hell. Like, that was a great night. Like, that, I'm not gonna lie, that was a fun ass night and it was lit as fuck, but the ending was just, this is when it all turned to fucking shit. Basically, at the end of the night, we're about to leave New York, and my friend, so there was like 3 to 4 cars. The car I was in was obviously all the girls because it was my friend. My friend was way too tired to basically drive back. She said, let's get a hotel out in New York. It's like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. She's like, let's just stay and leave like when we get some rest. And I'm like, I can't do that. Like, I have my son. I have to go take him to school. And I got like work. Like, I got things that's going on. Like, I can't just spend a night in New York like with no notice or no nothing. Like, I'm a whole mom. Like, that's just, I can't do that. So my friend's like, okay, well, I'm tired. Y'all can go. You can ride back with the boys. I'm gonna stay in New York and I'm gonna do my own thing because I'm too tired. I can't drive back. If you guys don't know, the drive from Philly to New York is like an hour and a half. But she was just like so tired. She's like, no, like I'm drunk as hell. I'm not driving, you know, as she should, respectable. So since she said that she was staying, I'm like, okay, we're gonna drive. Me and my other cousin that was actually there, we're like, okay, we're gonna head back to Philly with the boys. Let's just get in the car with them. So oh my god, like this is when it gets crazy. Before we were about to head back to Philly, I remembered that my purse and all of my stuff was inside of my friend's car. So I'm like, oh girl, like I gotta get my stuff out your car. I'm like, oh girl, I gotta get my stuff out your car so I can head back to Philly. Can you give me your key? No, I said, can you come down to unlock the door? But she was so tired and exhausted. She like, just take my keys and just leave the keys in the glove department and leave my doors unlocked. So I'm like, okay, cool. So she's like, just take the keys, put them in like the glove box and leave the doors unlocked so I can leave in the morning. So I'm like, okay, perfect, fine. So me and my cousin, we're in the car trying to get our stuff, and somehow, some way, we still don't know to this day who did what or how it happened, but I could have swore I had the doors unlocked, and my cousin swore she had the doors unlocked. We were all drunk. We have no idea what really happened, but regardless, my friend's car doors ended up basically locking, and the keys were locked inside. So everybody's like, what the fuck? Like, her keys is locked in inside. How is she supposed to get home with the keys is locked inside the car? One of the guys who was trying to talk to my friend, that I guess he liked her, I don't really know. He basically was like, I know somebody, I can call him up, he can come get the keys out the car, but he's probably gonna charge a fee. So he calls up the guy, and he says that it's gonna be $300 for me to come and unlock the door. So the boys like, alright, it's $300, I got $210, who gonna pay up this 90 basically. So before he like said that to everybody, like who's paying the 90, he went to like the other male guys who were there in the group. Like he didn't even ask the females first, as like a real guy would. He was asking like the guys, like, are y'all, can somebody put up like 20 here, 20 there, 30 here? Basically we need $90. Everybody's like, no, I don't got it, because I told you we were just all out all night drinking and partying, doing our thing, so I guess people would have money. I don't really know what the case may be, or maybe they just didn't feel as though they needed to pay for it because they didn't do it, which again I get as well. But anyway, so he's basically like, I just need $90. At this point, I don't even know that this conversation is going on. I'm waiting in the guy, Jay's, the guy I was talking to, I'm waiting in his car, and me and my cousin, like, we're just so drunk, like we're just like in the back seat just praying to God, like, please, if you sober me up, I will never fucking drink again. Like, we're just gone at this point. And so yeah, I don't know that this conversation is going on, but I did hear, and it woke me up. All I hear is, "JonNae better pay. She the one who locked the keys at the car. Go ask her for $90. I'm not paying shit." Da, da, da. Like just yelling, snapping, yelling. So I'm like, what the heck? So I open the car door, like I crack it so I can hear like what's going on. So I'm like, I hear my name, I hear yelling, like what the hell's going on? Like I'm drunk as hell, I have a headache, like what is going on? So so I see the guy I'm talking to now. So now I'm like poking my head out the car, and he's just snapping like, no, she wanna be drunk and dumb, and she wanna lock the keys in the car, and da 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 da, like da da, and all the, he's just going crazy, like literally screaming at the top of his lungs, the loudest one. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. We're all drunk, headaches. We're in New York, somewhere downtown in front of some random hotel. Like we not even from here, we know nothing, and you're just the hypest one. It's not even your car, it's not your keys that are locked in, it has nothing to do with you. The guy just asked you, do you have $90? All you had to tell him was no. Like that's it. All you had to say was no, I don't have it. He would have moved on to the next person, and then the next person, and he probably would eventually just ask the girls. But what was the point of all the rowdiness? Like I still to this day don't get that. Again, we all were drunk. Maybe he was drunk, I don't know. It was just like extra, and especially since I'm supposed to be your girl and we are doing our thing. Even if it was my fault, I don't get why you couldn't just easily just give up the $90 and then talk to me later and be like, yeah, I had to pay this, can you give it back? Or yeah, I paid this 90, when can you send it to? Like, he could have done that. Or B, just come to the car, knock on the door, or get me out the car and say, yo, JonNae, we need $90 for the car. How was that hard? That was not hard at all to do. So anyway, as he's yelling and da 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 and just screaming to the top of his lungs, now I'm getting irritated. So I yell out back and I said, ho, like, how much is it? The guy said 90. I said, I'll send it to you right now, cash it, no problem. Like, it's $90. Are we sitting there arguing and screaming at 5 o'clock in the morning over $90? Like, it's not that big of a deal. For one, we don't know that it was even me. My cousin could have been at fault, but again, this is my friend's car and that's still my family. It was like, they don't really know each other. Like, they know each other through me. So I'm like, I'm gonna take the fault from it, whether I was the one who locked the keys in the car or not. Regardless, all you have to do is just tell me what the moves were, what was going on, and who was paying what. I would have paid the whole $300 if need be. I would have paid the whole $300, or my cousin, she would have probably went half with me. There were so many other solutions to this problem, but the arguing is just like, really? You have to take it that far? You know what it never was? That serious. Fast forward, the one guy who offered the 210, like the main person who was like trying to help out and everything, make everything civilized and being the leader of the group, he basically said he's gonna stay in New York with my friend and wait for the guy to come unlock the keys, and then he'll just drive back up with her in the morning so she don't have to drive back from New York to Philly on her own. So we're like, perfect, she's not alone, we got who we with, we just gonna head back to Philly. So we're heading back to Philly. At this point it's like past 7-8 o'clock that we arrived back, and I was supposed to take my son to school and pick him up, and my friend was actually watching them. It was just all this stuff. We were supposed to be back by 6 o'clock, but we didn't get back to like 8 or 9 in the morning back to Philly. The whole car ride back, it was just tension. Like, you can feel the freaking like thickness of tension in the car the whole ride back. The guy I talked to, he was in the passenger, I'm behind him in the back seat. My cousin is in the back seat behind the driver's seat, and then his friend was driving. That's another red flag about this whole thing. Like, your friend and my cousin could have been, you know, sitting together, and then you could have been sitting with me, but you had an attitude for whatever reason. So you let your girl sit in the back, but whatever. I didn't even care. I'm just like, I'm irritated. I just want to get home. I really didn't even really care about that part that much. So so I'm a tall girl. I'm 5'8" and a half, and my legs are extremely long. So I'm in the back seat, and he's like having the passenger seat leaned back, all the way back on my knees. So I'm like, I tapped him, and I'm like, excuse me, can you put your seat up? So he ignores me. So I'm like, hello, can you put your seat up? He ignores me again. So now I went to the side of the seat and I like pulled back the clutch, like to make the seat, you know, move up and back in the car. I pulled back the clutch and I like push him up, and he's livid at this point. He's pissed, like, why the you touching my seat? What are you doing? Da, 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 da. Like, you know, being all mad and upset, yelling again. And I'm like, I asked you 2 times nicely if you to put your seat up and you didn't. So now I took matters into my own hands and I put the seat up for you. He's basically just, ooh, I can't wait till we get out the car. I'm doing this to you and da da da. He's just, you know, mad as hell. We've never gotten into a big argument like this before. So I'm just like, bye boy. You know, I'm not paying him no mind. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And I'm like, shut up, like, leave me alone. Like, I don't care. You're mad. We finally get home. Pull up to my house, finally drop me and my cousin off, and he gets out the car and I see that he's like livid. I can literally see the redness in his fucking face. Like, he was heated, like super pissed, like really freaking mad. And I seen that and I just start running, and I hurry up and ran to my car, and I got in my car, but by the time I was about to close my car door, he like put his foot in it to stop it. Like, he just now called me, like he was on my heels, so he was like trying to open up my door to basically like grab me out of the car, and I'm like, get back, like I'm pushing him out. I'm like, I'm leaving, bye. So I have like change on the side of my door, like I keep like my quarters, dime, whatever, like loose change that I get. So he took my change, literally like picked up my change from the drawer and was like throwing it at me, like, $2 cent ass, fuck you bitch, no, like cursing me out, throwing change at me. I had like a Gatorade. He literally opened my Gatorade, and not water, Gatorade, opens it and just chucking it all at me. I finally closed the door, so he's like throwing the rest all in my car, kicking my car, spitting on my car, trying to break my windshield, doing all of this over a car that was not his or mine, over money that he did not even put out. I paid the 90 and his friend did the 210. You didn't put out anything. No money. No money was lost from your pockets. It was not your car. No time was lost. You had nothing to do the next day. I'm the one who was late picking up my own son. So what are you so mad for? Like, why are you so angry? Like, that's the part that I just still to this day don't get. Like, why were you that upset For what? Moving on, that was the first straw. He ended up apologizing. We talked about it, and of course, my dumb ass take him back. Like the dumbass I am, I take some back. I ended up taking him back, y'all. Some time went on. So this was like the beginning of September. My birthday is at the end of September. So y'all, my birthday comes and we were supposed to go to Miami for my birthday. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, this is about to be nice. Like, you take me to Miami. Like, you know, big vibes, big step. Like, you trying to make up for the little bullshit you just pulled a couple weeks ago. Okay, cool. Like, I like it. I love it. I'm feeling you. Worst trip ever. Okay, I don't want to say the worst, but it was not what I thought it was going to give. It did not give what it was supposed to give. I thought it was going to give, like, I don't want to say vacation, but more like my birthday, we're here for me, I'm being celebrated, but it was more like friends just went to Miami type of time, which I guess was cool, so nobody won't feel like a third wheel, fourth wheel, whatever. But I don't know, the vibes was just weird in Miami. So let me just briefly talk about that. We can just go past that because I don't even want to put too much attention on that, because that's not even where the problem is. I have yet to get into the real deep tea. Y'all are going to be like, fast forward, we in Miami. He's upset about little stuff, like what I have on. It was my birthday. I decided to wear like this mesh dress. I was basically mostly covered up, but the back did have like a little thong type of thing. It was a black thong and the skirt was like dark mesh. So it was like, you wouldn't really be able to tell that I don't have no clothes on, but you kind of could tell like with flat. It was like, regardless, I'm grown. It doesn't matter. It's my birthday. I want to wear what the hell I want to wear. And even if it wasn't my birthday, again, I'm grown. Did you pay for this? No, you did not. Are you going to buy me some clothes that fit your liking? You did not. I packed everything and bought everything that was in this bag and in my suitcase. So he's bitching about my outfit for my birthday being too much, I guess. So he ended up making a whole freaking scene. Like, I'm not going nowhere. We're not going to the club. Yada, yada. So I ended up just putting shorts on because I'm just like, I'm not arguing with this man. Like, I just cannot. And at that point, I was a little, I don't even want to say a little, I was a lot of insecure. I was insecure as hell. I just thought, like, whatever your man say, just do. I was stupid. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. It wasn't even just, I don't know what it was, honestly. Like, I just was being stupid. That's all I can possibly say to explain it. He also got mad at a point because I didn't want to give him a threesome. And I'm like, it's my birthday trip. This is my birthday, and you're asking and worrying about a threesome. Like, you need to focus on making me, you know what, we're not gonna get deep, but I can get deep with that. Like, that's a whole nother conversation. You're worrying about a threesome, but you've never made me, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, you're not even equipped to even give me one, honestly, or for me to give you one. And why are you worried about that on my birthday? If anything, I should be the one catered to and loved on. Why are you worrying about threesome? And he also got upset because I didn't want to give him head while he was dropping. It was so much bullshit. Like, if y'all want to ask some questions about that in the comments, y'all can ask the questions and I'll answer, but I really don't even want to talk too much about my birthday. Moving on, so what is beeping? Like, is my memory card about to die? I might have to replace it. Alright, y'all, I had to replace my memory card because it ended up running out of storage. So hopefully everything is still the right angle, the right lighting. So, alright, so after that, fast forward, so October comes. Here's when we're getting into the tea now. We're getting into the tea. I didn't know at the time, but I do know now. I know for facts now. He had a whole nother double life. He literally had a girlfriend / baby mom. Like, she was pregnant. She was like 7 months pregnant. She was like 7 months pregnant. We were talking for like 8 months. So you do the math. She was basically pregnant right like in our beginning stages. He got her pregnant. He claims it was way before we even started talking, and I'm not stupid. One day he was laying in my room in the bed and he had like a receipt on his lap, and he was being really like quiet and just weird. I'm just like, what is wrong with you? So I kept asking him like, what's wrong? I'm like, boo, like, what's up? Like, you know, trying to make him feel good and just asking him like, what's going on? Like, why are you acting weird and treat me like this? Like, this doesn't make no sense. So he's just like, just leave me alone. Like, I don't want to be bothered. So I'm just like, you want to talk about it? Like, what happened? Like, what's going on? Like, we were just cool. What happened? So he's like still being like a grump, mean, and just like pushing me away. So he had like the receipt on his lap. So I sat down next to him and I'm like trying to talk to him and stuff like that. And I pick up the receipt and I'm like, I'm gonna use this napkin. I'm like, what's this? He snatches it from me. Why the fuck you touch my stuff? And that's not even yours. How you know that wasn't private? How you know I didn't want you to see? And just snap it. I'm just like, first of all, if it was so private and such a secret, you wouldn't just be having it out in the open for somebody to grab, for somebody to touch. If it was a secret, you would have put it in your pocket. You would have had it in your pocket. You would have had it in a place that I could not have seen. Two, we're in my house. So if I see something that I don't know what the hell this is, I want to pick it up and say, what's this? That's number one. Two, it was never that serious. So he's basically just being weird, like just super just aggressive and just mad over a receipt. So I'm like, it's just a receipt, like it's not that deep. So, you know, I'm like, I'm leaving you alone. Like, I'm done. Like, I just don't care no more. Like, I'm done talking to you. And he's like, he said, take me to my friend's house. And I said, I'm not taking you anywhere. He said, then I'm taking your car. And I said, you're not taking my car? Like, what? Leave. Go catch an Uber. If you want to leave so bad, get an Uber. Y'all, his car was broke down or something like that. And no, I know a lot of guys be lying about that, but I was around. He had a car when we first met. It broke in the middle of us, you know, talking and stuff like that. So it wasn't a lie. His car really was in the shop. But so yeah, so he was like using my car and stuff to get around, or I'll take him, or he'll Uber. But so yeah, he's saying like, take me where I need to go. Let's go get your keys. You're taking me, or I'm taking your car. Like, he's basically saying, it's either I'm taking this car or you're taking me. And I'm like, you got me fucked up. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? It's either that or you gonna call me an Uber. Like, call me a Uber. So I said, you can send me the money and I can call you an Uber. I'm not just calling you an Uber. And so we're arguing back and forth about that. My friends were here at this point, but he's trying to be like, you know, calm and like argue a little bit, but not really like snap out. So my friends left because they wanted to go get some juices from the store. So they're like, I'll be right back, like 5-10 minutes. Like, I'll let y'all, I guess they kind of, I don't know if they really peeped, or maybe it was a coincidence, but they kind of was just like, I'm gonna let y'all get y'all like a moment and we're just gonna go out, kind of, you know. So they left, and that's where he's going crazy. He literally, we start fighting like a fight team. Like, he snatched my chain. I had this necklace, I had the exact replica. I had to buy the same thing twice because my son gave this to me, and I was so hurt when he ended up, you know, breaking it. So he's like snatches my necklace off of my neck, like literally, because he's like choking me. And I don't know how, I think his finger maybe got under it. I don't know what happened, but all I know, my necklace, like, it sliced my neck and ripped off. I had, like, cuts and, like, I don't know if I should insert the pictures because I don't know if that's, like, too much. But I have pictures, though. I may or may not insert the picture just so y'all can, like, get a visual. But it was, like, bleeding on my neck. Had, like, scrapes, like, rug burns, scratches, cuts, because, like, my necklace, like, he was pushing me on the ground. I was hitting him. I picked up a Casamigos bottle, and I'm like, do that, Jonnae. Like, it got bad. Like, it was really bad over a freaking receipt. And it's just like, I just kept thinking, like, why did he keep getting so mad at the littlest stuff? It's like he's trying to just purposely argue with me or like fight. Just like, I don't know what it was, but it was like, even from the New York thing, it was never your keys or your car. So why do you care? Why are you so mad? It was just a piece of paper, a receipt. Why are you so mad? Like, he was just literally pissed and just like an angry ass person for no fucking reason. Like, literally angry as hell. I'm throwing his stuff out. I'm like, don't come back. Like, at this point, I'm done, because that was the first time it actually got to like a violent type of like choking me, and you know, like I'm bleeding and bruises. Like, that's too much. Like, this is too far. So what's next? You punching me in my face, slapping me, stabbing me, like, you know. So I'm just like, this is it. Like, your first time is your last time at this point. Like, I'm not about to give you the opportunity to try to hit me again. Like, that's out. You're never gonna put your hands on me. Like, we will never be. We just cannot be. And I've been in, like, especially when you're with somebody for a long time. Like, my longest relationship was 4 years. We've never fought to like a domestic punching type of thing, but we've probably pushed each other or like through things, stuff like, I don't want to say it as minor because I don't condone domestic violence, but that's not on the level of me actually having scars and like battle wounds. That's taking it too far. You're trying to hurt me as if I'm not your girl. Like, I thought you loved, how do you love me and you hurt me? Like, this just don't make no sense. As for it, he leaves. I'm like, don't come back. I'm done with you, fuck you, da 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 da. And so I don't think we didn't text all night. I think he probably ended up texting me at like midnight trying to come, and I'm like, now you think I'm a booty call? Like, bye. Like, I don't think I responded. A couple days later, of course, is I'm sorry and it'll never happen again and I love you and da 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 da. And I'm just like, okay. So at this point, I still was dealing with him and like entertaining him, but I left. Like, I was not in the relationship anymore. Like, I was still dealing with him, but like my whole mind, soul, body, heart, everything it was done. Like, I knew then that we're just not meant. Like, this is not gonna work out. This is not ever gonna be a thing. There's so much more to the story. I might have to do 2 parts because I didn't even add in the parts about my baby dad and him fighting. Maybe that can be a separate video because that's a whole nother thing. That's a different freaking story, but this is just focusing on finding out he had a baby on me. I'll probably make another video of him and my baby dad. Fast forward, like I said, like I basically was done. Like, I left the relationship mentally. I still was physically there, but mentally I was just done. I was drained. I was just tired. Like, if he texts slow or if he did anything dumb, like, I just wasn't even bothering trying to argue. Like, I just didn't care. It was just like, okay. Like, I didn't know he had a double life and that he had a whole nother family on the side. Fast forward, so we had a long talk, and after a couple weeks, he kind of noticed like I'm distant and I was distant, and like, he just was like, the vibe is weird, so he's like, let's just communicate and let's just be better, and even if we're just friends, like, I don't want to lose you like as a person. I have hair. It's like, I don't want to lose you as a person. I don't want to like lose you as a friend. Like, I just still want you in my life, so let's just try to like work on it and be cordial. That day, that freaking day, when I finally said, okay, I'm gonna pass the past. I'm gonna try to move on because he is a great person and we have great vibes together. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna try to start forgiving you and moving past the BS. That same day, like literally the same day, we were good for all of 2 to 3 hours, y'all. Like, literally, oh my god. That same day, so as we're talking about like us and us communicating and being better and stuff like that, he decides to tell me that his ex is basically blowing him up. Not the baby mama, a whole different girl, like another ex. He tells me like, yeah, she's been making fake pages and she won't leave me alone. She keep DMing me and she's harassing me. She's calling me from blocked numbers. Like, and he mentioned this to me like weeks before, but remember I told you I was so emotionally checked out. Like, I just didn't care about a lot of stuff. So I just was like, okay, like, all right, yeah, ex hit you, congrats. Like, I wasn't really that, I honestly did not care. So now that we finally were like talking and talked everything out and was trying to move forward with the next step, so his ex supposedly was blowing him up, yada yada yada. So I'm like, I'm actually, you know what, I'm sick of this bitch. Why does she keep texting you? If we're trying to figure out what we're doing, why is anybody else even trying to join into the circle? So I took it upon myself to find out who the ex was. I asked him to send me her Instagram or the fake page. He refused. He said, no, it's no point, and I'm with you and I'm worrying about you and we're worrying about trying to fix our relationship. Why do we want to add anybody else into it? Just making up 1,000 excuses because he clearly didn't want me to ask her or to reach out to her because she knew his secret. I'm not listening. So the whole time he's telling me, oh no, it's no point and we're moving on and we're worrying about us, let's not worry about nobody else. And he's talking like he's rapping for so long about this because he don't want me to DM her so bad. He doesn't even realize that I'm on my phone like, oh yeah, of course we are trying to be different. And I'm like literally looking her up, like 30 seconds, found her, easy peasy, literally 30 seconds. I DM her like, I'm very much confused of why you keep harassing Jay. Like, we got something going on right now. I basically tell her like, this is not that, like, he's fucking with me, you need to go type of time. So she's like, bitch, first of all, he has a whole baby on the way. I do not want that man. And I said, baby? Who got a baby on the way? My nigga? My nigga got a baby on the way? So she's like, yeah, he got a baby on the way. I don't care about him. So I'm like, girl, bye. Like, that man is with me every day. Literally every day. I have no clue. Even to this day, I still don't know how he even lived this double life. I don't know how it's possible when we were together every day. And the only time we might have not been together is when I had work. And even at work, we would spend damn near my whole shift like on FaceTime or on the phone. So it's like, when was you with this girl? Like, was I like, were you sneaking out in the middle of the night? Like, I have no clue. Like, I have no clue. Like, I'm clueless. So fast forward. So I'm on FaceTime with him. I told y'all we were still on the phone while I was looking up the girl, and I'm like, "Hold up, you got a baby on the way?" He was like, "Huh? Like, what are you talking about?" Like, then he pulled this card. How am I gonna have a baby on the way when I'm with you every day? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how is that even possible? But I DM'd your ex, and she just said you have a baby on the way. He's like, you DM my ex, so he's asking me all these questions. I'm like, you worried about the wrong shit. Do you have a baby on the way or not? What is she talking about? I promise you, I swear to God, I don't got a baby in the way. She's crazy. This is what I'm talking about. She's delusional. This is why I don't want to be with her and why we broke up and like, you know, just trying to put the theory in my head, but it wasn't working at all. He was just trying to, I guess, tell me all this stuff about her to make me, I guess, not think that what she was saying was credible, which worked because I'm telling her like, girl, bye, like my nigga's with me every day and he do this and you just mad because he with me and he not with you. I'm talking my shit to the fuck, like I'm talking so much shit. Like I was going in, y'all, like literally going in. She said, one moment, you don't even gotta do all that. I'm about to break your heart in 2 seconds and I'm gonna make you cry so bad. And I'm like, make me cry, like girl, bye. She sent all of the screenshots from his Jenniferville with him and his big mom. And at first, like the pictures that was sent, it looks like it could have been like his little sister because the way they were hugging, like, it didn't give boyfriend, girlfriend, baby mom, baby dad, like it didn't give that. It gave like sister. So I'm like, what the heck? Like this looked like his little sister. I'm like, where's the real tea? Like I need something else. Like I still don't believe that this is his baby. So she's sending more pics, and now this pic was a group picture with like his friends and then the girl and like her family, I think, or something like that in that picture. So that's when I really knew. And then I zoomed in and I seen that she had the satchel that was like mom to be, and then they had like a pink bag that said baby girl. And I'm just like, this nigga just really had a baby on me? Like he got a baby on the way, and we were like, you're telling me you want to change and we're communicating and we're doing this and we're doing that, and you have a whole family. Who does it? And how did I know? Like that's the part that gets me. Like how did I not know? Dumb. Like I'm just dumb. Fast forward, the girl like now if you would have came to me as a grown woman and just asked me what you wanted to know, I could have easily told you. So now I'm sorry I had to break it to you like this, but yeah, the nigga that you love so much or that you think that is that nigga, he got a baby on the way. He's been sleeping with his baby mom all this time. They're still together. All this stuff. So fast forward, I sent him the screenshots of the Jenniferville pics, and all he can say is, I'm so sorry. I never meant to hurt you. I was going to tell you, da 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 da. So now you're admitting to it. So I'm just heated, like so fucking heated. Like I'm so heated, and he knows I'm so heated. He didn't even have nothing to say. Like he didn't even really say much. He wasn't really call, like he didn't call me. I thought he would probably pop up. Like he usually, every time we argue or anything, he's blowing my phone up, he's popping up. But that particular thing, he knew that he was so wrong and that I was so pissed. It was just like, you know, there's no point for me to go to her house because it's like something bad is gonna happen, which it probably would have. Like honestly, I don't know. All night I'm just going crazy. Like I'm going crazy. My friends are basically here to support me, and I'm like, that was the lowest. Like I was very low at that point because it was just like, damn, I'm already insecure, and this is just like making me feel even more like shit. Like now I hate myself even more. Like I just kept blaming me because I'm just like, how am I so dumb? How did I see this? Do I not look right? Like what's going on with me? Like I'm just thinking of all of the, you know, stuff, and it's just like I was really going crazy, and my friends were really there for me, and I appreciate them. Like they came and cleaned up my house. They got me food. We got liquor. Like, they were really like supportive as fuck. So I appreciate my friends for that. They was there for me for real. So yeah, he still never really said anything, but like, I'm sorry. He's texting me, I'm sorry, 1,000 times, but not once coming to see me, calling me, not trying to have a verbal conversation about it. So yeah, I was just trying. So my friends, you know, we just talking, you know how girls are, and they like, what she look like? Who is the girl? Like, who is this bitch, basically? And so we're like looking, trying to find, and I don't know what told me, like the spirit guides just was like, put the thought right in my head to type in her name. Because mind you, I skipped this part, but like a few months before all of this went down, I found keys in his pocket, and it had a big S on the keychain, and it was a girly ass keychain. It had a diamond S. It had all the little stuff, like, you know how girl keys look. And I asked him, who keys is these? And he said it was his friend's girlfriend keys that he took by accident. Dumbest lie he could have ever thought of. I knew that that shit was BS because it had a car key on it. How can you take somebody's car key by accident? Like, when I Ubered you here, you didn't even drive, so how do you have somebody else's car? So clearly he must have Ubered to her house and then got her car to drive to me. Let me continue. So he basically was using her car to come see me, and times where I let him use my car, he was going to see her. How I know this? Because the next day, after all this go down, that night everything happened, I'm upset, my friends that support me. The next morning I find her Instagram, type in her name, like I said, the thought popped up in my head of what the person could have possibly been. Click on her page, see all the reveal pics, see her baby dad this and baby girl this and pregnancy that, and she's just talking. So I'm scrolling to see, when did this begin, and if they're in a relationship, if it's just like a BMBD thing. And they were very much in a relationship. She posted, oh, my man do this and we sleep like this every night and I can't wait to do this, and I hated him at first but I love him so much, I'm never letting him go. Like, she's saying all of this stuff publicly, like on her social media, posting about him. And her pregnancy, her pictures, everything matched up. She was the same girl from the reveal pics that the ex sent me. And so I'm like, I'm calling her because I want to know, because his excuse when I finally did somewhat talk to him was, this was before you, so how can you be mad? For one, I can be mad because you didn't say nothing. We were doing nuts or talking for months before you even broke up a baby. Like, I feel like that's something you should have told me from the beginning, but you never said nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna be mad regardless whether it was before me or not, because you didn't tell me for 8 months. Like, and you still didn't tell me. I found out the ex. So it was like, when was you gonna tell me? When the baby got here? Anyway, I decided to call her on Facebook, and I'm calling her. Something was wrong with the Facebook. It just wasn't working or something. So I had to text her off like my friend's account, and I think I said like, what's your number? It involves Jay, like I put his name, whatever. So she sent her number, I call her, and I'm like, yeah, so I was messing with Jay and we was talking for this amount of time. His ex just sent me pictures of something about a baby, and like, I'm just confused if he had this baby before me or during our time together. That's all I want to know. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm not trying to stress you out because you're pregnant. Like, I'm a mom, I already know how that is. I just want to know from my own sake, like my own self. I just want to know, was this baby conceived way before we start talking or during our time of talking? And the math that she said and how the math I put in my head and how it just makes sense, if she's like 7 months, we talking for 8 to 9 months, it's like, obviously it had to be at our very beginning, like that week or two that we start talking, or during, like, which is still during, like, regardless, it's still during, like, regardless, it was during us. And even if it wasn't, like I said, like he claims, you still did not tell me, so you're wrong regardless. Anyway, I'm talking to her, so I'm like, yeah, so was this baby conceived, like, what's going on, how far along are you, when do you do, yada yada yada. I hear something in the back, so as she's like talking, I hear like a little noise, so I'm like, hold up, is he there right now? She said, yeah, he is. I literally almost lost it. Like, literally almost lost my mind. It's like, how more grimy can you possibly get? Now, one, like, you were terrible throughout our whole relationship. I find out this news about the baby and you just keep texting me you're sorry, you're not coming, no flowers, no in person, no phone call, no nothing. And then I'll call her, the person that you claim you're not, that you know nothing about, you just had sex with her one time and she got pregnant, whatever he made up. You're at this girl's house the very next day, the very next morning. So technically I woke them up at 8 a.m. Like I was on the phone at 8 o'clock in the morning. So that means you was there the night before. So the same day I find out that you doing me dirty, you're laying in her bed. From that moment, there was nothing a nigga could ever do to even try to hurt me, or like my confidence is up here. I know it was not me, it was not my fault. I had nothing to do with him. Shit, that was on him. I'm a badass bitch. Faithful as hell, loyal as hell, got money, look good, great mom, great lover, awesome girlfriend. Like, I'm the catch, okay? You fucked up. That had nothing to do with me. So like from that, and then that was like probably the worst thing that a nigga could possibly do to you is like have a baby on you. So it's like any other thing a nigga can do is like, what can you do to hurt me? Cheat. He already cheated. He had a baby. Like, there's nothing, like I needed that. Like, although that was like one of my worst times, like I really needed that to happen, because that just built me as a person. Like now I'm not insecure at all. Like I have no insecurities. Confident as hell. I know what I can bring to the table. I know what I can do. So it's just like, it was really his loss at the end of the day. And for a long time I thought it was my loss, and that I really like had bad luck and bad karma. But honestly, it was not me at all. I did nothing wrong. Like 100% I did nothing wrong, and I'm so glad I know that, and that this, like, instead of bringing me down and hurt me more, and for me to be so hurt and me start hurting other people, it basically just grew me as a person. So I like respect that it happened, but obviously I didn't approve of it at the time, because it was just like, what the hell. And now it's like funny to talk about. Like I talk about it now. Like this happened over a year ago, so it's like I can talk about it now, but at the time there was no talking. I was pissed, like pissed. I busted windows out the car. Like I wanted hell. I wanted him to pay. No, I don't care. I absolutely don't care. That girl has to deal with you for the rest of her life. I don't. So, oh well. Like, I'm bad as fuck, and you gonna cheat on me, have a baby on me? Do you not see what the fuck I look like, nigga? That's your motherfucking loss. Okay. Trying to talk with hookah is like, no. Y'all, that was basically it. Oh, so yeah, as I'm on the phone with her, and she's telling me like, yeah, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. This girl had the nerve to read me back my address. She knew where I lived because she brung him to my house several times. He just told her it was a friend's house. I brung him to her house several times, but I thought it was his friend, because he used to tell me to drop him off in the back. But I thought he wanted me to drop him off in the back because, like, you know, niggas and ops or whatever. So I'm like, okay, maybe he just want me to drop him off, you know, down the street or in the back because of that. But the whole time he just didn't want me to pull up in the front door of his baby mom's house. I feel like it's probably so much stuff that I'm missing, because there's so much that happened. Like, this is a long story. Like, this really needs to be broken up in like 3 parts. I tried to summarize it the best way that I could. So please, please, please ask questions. Like, comment down below your questions. Comment down below what you think. If something like this happened to you, if you had a similar experience, like, I need the conversation to be going, because I'm definitely going to probably do a part 2. And I might even do like a separate bonus video of me just like answering all y'all questions. So comment down below some questions that y'all got. Alright y'all, so that basically completes the end of today's video. Like I said, please comment down below some questions or your thoughts, comments, concerns, anything. Let's just start the conversation up. I do respond to comments. I try to respond back to all of them. Before you click off the video, don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. Thumbs up this video if y'all feel my pain, or if y'all proud of me for leaving that situation. Thumbs up this video. Drop some hearts down in the comments, and follow me on my social medias. Links are always in the description box or somewhere up on the screen.